What's up, everybody? It's your favorite show, Get a Bucket. I'm your host, Trey, and as usual, I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful day. Today, we're going to talk about Mamba Day. Yes, sir, it's Mamba Day, baby. If you don't know what it is, you're going to find out. But before we do that, please make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. Trying to get the ratings up a little bit, just a little bit. And if you're wondering where you heard this before, that's because you've been listening with me Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I greatly appreciate your support. Now, like I said, Mamba Day, right? Every year, August 24th means something different to basketball fans. 824, it's two numbers, two different eras, one player, and that's Kobe Bean Bryant. Mamba Day isn't supposed to be just another day, though, right? Like we're not just going to be posting about the 81-point game highlights, throw on a Laker jersey. Yeah, Kobe, we rock with Kobe. That's not what this is about. Mamba Day represents something bigger because there's Kobe Bryant and then there's Black Mamba, right? Those are two different entities. And understanding the difference between those two helps explain why years after Kobe played his final NBA game versus the Jazz, you watch Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker. We saw DT before she retired, Jewell Loyd, Arike Ogunbowale, Sabrina Ionescu, and countless other players, and still see a piece of Kobe Bryant. So today on 824, I want to talk about what Mamba Day actually means. Because when we're talking about basketball, like my show is called Get a Bucket, right? It's very few people I could say could get a bucket better than Kobe. But it wasn't just getting a bucket. It was his mentality to getting a bucket, to playing basketball the correct way. So y'all may be wondering, why is August 24th the day? Well, his jerseys were 8 and 24. So when you put them together, there's no 24-8. Like, there's no 24th month. So it just makes sense to put 8/24. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone can do this. Not everyone can do this. All right, maybe Braun can do 6/23. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if his jersey would actually get retired. I don't know if 6 would get retired, though. But Kobe had 2 jerseys that were retired. So hence why we do this. But also, like, Kobe Bryant Day, there's another one where it was established by the city of Los Angeles in 2016. And that was only months after Kobe actually retired. So we technically got 3 days. We got Kobe's birthday, which was, well, yesterday, like August 23rd. But then you also got Mamba Day, which is ironically the very next day, 8/24. Just saying. But we're going to talk about the other day as well, too, as time goes on. But again, he got a lot going for him. So that's why August 24th, to be clear. Now, I told y'all there's another official day, right? And the original Nike Mamba Day occurred April 13th. Again, why did we choose April 13th? Well, that was Kobe's final. That was Kobe's final NBA game, right? Where he dropped 60 against the Jazz. He did that at a 37-year-old. So I'm just like I'm about 34 right now, and I'm telling you right now, man, if I drop 60 points in a game, I don't care what the efficiency was. That's impressive as hell. And I still remember where I was. I was in my first apartment when I was watching the game. I low-key dozed off. I missed the third quarter. I did. I woke up though. I woke up and I caught the fourth. I was a little upset. It was a long day, but the man was pretty special, so I had to make sure I watched Kobe's day for sure. It was an emotional day because you knew this was going to be the last one, right? And then after this, we already know about Kobe's passing in 2020. But all 3 of these days mean so much more after he passed away. Because now we get to embody what he gave us, what Mamba Mentality meant. And you still may be wondering, what is Mamba Mentality? Or what is the Black Mamba, in fact? Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Kobe Bryant versus the Black Mamba, right? We got Kobe. Okay, we got Kobe the person, and we got Black Mamba. That was the alter ego, to be clear. Kobe kind of explained that he developed the Black Mamba during his extraordinary, difficult time in 03-04, right? When we had that little scandal pop up. And I ain't here to speak on that, you know what I'm saying? Especially not on Mamba Day. But that's what led to creating the Black Mamba, right? Focusing on the task at hand and leaving the outside noise on the outside. You still got to deal with the outside, but we got jobs, we got goals, we have purposes, ladies and gentlemen. We should not let outside noise deter us from being great in our purpose, in our why, right? And this is Kobe's why, to play basketball and to help educate individuals on how to play basketball, but also how to look at life as well too. So that's what birthed the Black Mamba. And ever since then, the man went on a tear. Like, again, Kobe is a father, a husband, a businessman, filmmaker, storyteller, coach, mentor. Black Mamba had a job, and that was destroy the competition, to kill the competition. And he did just that. Now, Mamba mentality, what does that actually mean? Because, again, we talked about the what. Now, we'll talk about the who, at least. Now, what does it actually mean? Not even some. A lot of people always try to attribute it as work really hard. That is part of it, I will say, but it's incomplete. Because Mamba mentality, it was also about obsession with improvement, attention to detail. Like Kobe created this show called Detail, where he's talking about athletes in detail, right? Studying your weaknesses, studying your opponents, accepting failure, learning, repeating. All of these things we saw Kobe do. He didn't care about failure. He actually said he doesn't believe in failure, because eventually you're going to get it right if you keep trying at it. Now, it's a little bit insane, but you need insanity sometimes to be great. So when I'm thinking about Mamba mentality, it's not just working hard. Like we saw Kobe influence travel so easily into the next generation. Or Kobe's influence, travel deeply into the next generation. You don't have to shoot form like Kobe. You ain't got to play a 2 guard. You don't even have to wear the number 8 or 24 to try to take on his legacy, what Mamba mentality means. And we've seen players do that. Kyrie Irving, right, is a whole point guard. Well, he's a 2 guard trapped in the point guard's body. But his relationship with Kobe went much deeper than admiration. Like Kobe became a genuine mentor to Kyrie Irving. I remember seeing Kyrie talk about how he was going to beat Kobe one-on-one at the USA practice. Then they actually played. And, Kobe did lock him up right fast. But again, like, Kobe's also better than Kyrie, but Kyrie studied Kobe. Kyrie loved Kobe. You could tell that Kobe rocked with Kyrie. Again, the mentality was very similar. They were obsessed with their craft, with trying to become better on and off the field, on and off the court, to be clear. So even someone like Kyrie, who's known to have the best handles in the NBA, that's coming from Kobe Bryant. That passion, that desire, that's coming from Kobe Bryant. Another player, Jason Tatum. We all know JT loved himself some Kobe. Like everybody and their mama knows this. Like we know that Kyrie Irving tried to study Kobe Bryant's footwork, right? Jason Tatum tried to study Kobe Bryant. Like when I looked at Jason Tatum, I started to get the same comparison that Kobe had to MJ. Oh, Jason Tatum sometimes looked like Kobe Bryant. Especially in 2018, the rookie season, Kobe actually trained Jason Tatum. And they worked together on the floor. And this is after Kobe had already analyzed Jason Tatum's game on that Detail show that I was telling you about. So Jason Tatum's working on footwork, creating space, post positioning, angles. All of that is just coming from a simple fact that he admired Kobe so much. Speaking of admiration, Devin Booker in Kobe's final season. Devin Booker, he got to play against Kobe. And I ain't gonna hold you. It was a good one. Because Booker did something similar to Kobe that Kobe, in fact, did to Jordan. Did one of Jordan's moves on Kobe. Well, D-Book scored on Kobe in a similar manner. And this is like a young D-Book, too, at the time, about 19. So you got to keep in mind, again, this is Kobe's last year. So he's just trying to impart wisdom now. So when D-Book makes the bucket, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kobe eventually gives Booker a pair of shoes with the message, be legendary. Again, trying to usher in this new era of basketball. You got to appreciate Kobe for things like that. Like, Kobe's legacy isn't just an NBA story, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. It's also applied to the WNBA. Like, we're calling Kobe the Black Mamba, right? Well, did you know that in the WNBA there's a player that has the nickname the White Mamba? And she actually plays in a similar capacity, a similar role to Kobe. Now, this is Diana Taurasi, for those of y'all who don't know, and she's been considered as the GOAT for the WNBA, right? But again, being called the White Mamba, Kobe actually gave Diana one of the ultimate compliments in calling her that. And keep in mind, there's a connection where DT grew up in Southern California watching Kobe. Taurasi has actually described how Kobe's approach helped normalize playing with that extreme competitive edge, which if you watch DT, you knew she had. But then here's the flip side to it too. It's crazy because DT grew up watching and admiring Kobe Bryant to the point that we have a full circle moment because Kobe Bryant's daughter, Gigi, the one that did pass along with him, right? She ended up looking up to DT. So she kind of sort of is still looking up to the Black Mamba and Kobe Bryant because the White Mamba was inspired from the Black Mamba. So, and again, it's just another full circle moment, ladies and gentlemen. Like, we're affecting the NBA and WNBA, but it doesn't just end there. It keeps going. We have Jewell Loyd, the Gold Mamba, right? Like, Jewell Loyd is, look, you may call Jewell Loyd a jack, but in on the Seattle Storm, bro, she was smooth, man. She was one of them ones. And even Jewell Loyd idolized Kobe. Now, I jokingly said the word jack because people tried to attribute the word jack to Kobe Bryant because you might try to assume that he was a shot chucker, right? But every day, Jewell Loyd would write Mamba Mentality on her shoes in college. And eventually, she began to develop a relationship with Kobe, and he helped her game out. And Kobe was the one that gave her the nickname Gold Mamba. Now, after Seattle won their championship in 2020, right? Remember, emotions were so high because this is when Kobe and Gigi and the rest of the crew had passed away. She ends up giving a shout out to Kobe because again, Kobe's impact as a mentor affected that championship moment. Arike Ogunbowale, another player who Kobe admired, right? I think Arike was in 2018. She went to the Final Four, beats UConn, ironically, and she's on Notre Dame, by the way, and she gets them out the way off of a buzzer beater, a game-winning buzzer beater, right? Then in the national championship, she does the exact same thing, and Kobe's supporting UConn, but publicly congratulates Arike, saying Mamba Mentality, hashtag Mamba Mentality on social media, right? Again, stuff like this is what funnels and it was what fuels a younger generation to care about the game of basketball. That's Mamba Mentality. Sabrina Ionescu, this one's personal. This could be the most emotional connection there is with the Mamba family tree. Because not only did she practice and train with Kobe, but she genuinely loved and rocked with Gigi. And I don't know Sabrina from Adam, right? And so you might be saying, well, how do you know she actually loved her? Actions speak louder than words, bro. You could see that there was an admiration of Kobe and Gigi. It's not like she's trying to use Gigi to get to Kobe. She genuinely rocked with both. And you saw that because Kobe's not going to put up with no BS. Again, he worked directly with Sabrina on basketball details, including teaching her aspects of his step back, shot art, foot angles, how to generate power. So it makes sense that she would form some sort of a bond with Gigi, who also plays basketball. And I would have loved to see Gigi go up against Sabrina when she entered the WNBA. That would have been a surreal full circle moment. And seeing Kobe on the floor, that would have been great. But again, Kobe's legacy, this Mamba mentality, it has impacted not only just the NBA, but the WNBA, college, high school players. It impacted so many people. So again, I told y'all about the Mamba family tree, right? We got Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Diana Taurasi, Jewell Loyd, Sabrina Ionescu, Arike Ogunbowale, even players like Gabby Williams, Katie Lou Samuelson. Like, he's worked with them, and they're pretty decent. Even Candace Parker has spoken about Mamba mentality, and she's considered the GOAT by some players as well, too. So when we're talking about Mamba Day, right, and why it matters to fans, For Kobe fans, you got 824, and that can be complicated. It's a celebration, it's nostalgia. There's still sadness attached to it. Like, we remember the championships, 5 of them things, right? You remember 62 points through 3 quarters against Dallas, the 2008 MVP when we should have got Mo, by the way, the Olympic gold medals, 2009 championship, 2010 Game 7 against Boston, right? Remember the three-peat with Shaq and them, the Achilles free throw, the 60-point game, but eventually the highlights do end. And all there's left is to celebrate what we watched, what we heard from others. That's where Mamba Day becomes important, ladies and gentlemen, because the legacy can't really depend on highlights forever. Like, the highlights don't help, but the story is what's going to matter. And eventually, there will be basketball fans who never watched Kobe Bryant play live. Like, we talk about that with Jordan as is. Oh, y'all don't care. Like, y'all never saw Jordan. How can you tell that he's really the GOAT? And I actually do. I'm a little nervous about that day. I really am. Like, they'll not know the name as well as it should be. They'll see the numbers hanging in the Lakers arena, 824. They'll watch the YouTube highlights. They got some games out there, but it's different watching them live. So what actually does live forever? Well, what does is Kobe Bryant's career ended April 13th, 2016. The Black Mamba did not. And every time a player studies film, when everybody has gone home, every time Devin Booker looks to be legendary, every time Jason Tatum remembers those workouts he had with Kobe, every time Kyrie thinks about the mentor he could call, every time Jewell Loyd talks about the gold Mamba, every time Diana Taurasi gets called the white Mamba, every time Arike wants the ball, the game on the line, every time Sabrina talks about what Kobe and Gigi meant to women's basketball, you're seeing a piece of the Mamba. And maybe that's what August 24th is really about. Not pretending that Kobe was perfect, not pretending that he never failed, not pretending everybody has to rank him in exactly the same place historically. But if you don't got him second place, I don't know what to tell you. Mamba Day is about recognizing the impact that he had. And after 20 years in the NBA, the Black Mamba gave basketball something that it just doesn't have a retirement date on it. It's a mentality, it's a standard, it's a challenge. How good can you become if you're willing to obsess over getting better? I don't know, man. August 24th, 824, 2 jerseys hanging in the rafters, 1 basketball icon. And generations of players carrying pieces of what he taught them. Kobe was the man, bro. Black Mamba was the mentality. And that is why Mamba Day still matters. Mamba forever, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am curious. What's your thoughts on Mamba Day? What's your thoughts on the man Kobe Bryant? And I'm also curious, what's your favorite moment of Kobe Bryant? I'll tell you right now, my first one was my first but my first sighting of Kobe. Saw him do a 360 dunk against Portland Trail Blazers in 1998. I was hooked ever since. With him and the Lakers, to be clear. He was my favorite player ever since because of that 360 dunk. And that's my favorite team. So I'm curious, ladies and gentlemen, what's your favorite thought? What's your favorite moment of Kobe? Let me know. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that does conclude the end of the episode. So please make sure to, one, remember the man, the myth, the legend, and try to implement Mamba mentality into your lifestyle somehow, some way, in any aspect. And 2, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, tell anyone who's anyone about the show. My name is Trey. I'm the host of Get a Bucket. I hope you are all having a good one. Take care.